Hey y'all, this Octavius the Great coming through with another video on this cold Thursday. Goodness. Yeah. Alright y'all. Y'all see Russia is invading the Ukraine. It's a whole bunch of hoopla going along with it. So I'm on Instagram and I'm on Larry Johnson's page. He was a former football player. I think he played for the Redskins. He was in Fantasia video When I See You, a good black classic that many of us still enjoy to this day. So he recently done changed his life around. He more so following God, and he more so sticking to commandments and, speaking about things on the biblical side when it comes to our society. I don't agree with everything that he says, but many of the things that he say, hey, help you think. So, all right, here we go. He put up from somebody named War Clandestine. All right, holy shit. I think I may be onto something about Ukraine. Zelensky said the Russians are firing at military installations. How broad is that term? I am seeing speculation that could include U.S.-installed BioLabs. At first, I was like, no way. Then I started digging. First, I checked if the U.S. even have BioLabs in Ukraine. Turns out we do, as usual, y'all, as usual. And in classic U.S. fashion, it's marketed as defense. Biological Threat Reduction Program in Ukraine. Studying the most dangerous viruses in the world at Russia's border. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like a little bit like Wuhan? They were doing research on dangerous biological viruses and weapons and stuff like that, and then we end up having a leak, and now we stuck in this pandemic, which they are now talking about. Oh, we gonna go into the phase of living with COVID phase. Child, bye. We were gonna be this way either way it went. So it shows y'all they wasted time with the vaccines and these mandates just to put us all into a mental state of craziness. All right, back to it. All right. You see US Embassy.gov, they got that. All right, some more proof. All right, U.S. BioLabs in the Ukraine. Exclusive U.S. BioLabs in Ukraine, and they are financed at the expense of the U.S. Department of Defense. The laboratories are located in Odessa, Vinnytsia, the U place. I'm not saying I can't say the names, y'all. So, the word that starts with the U, Lviv, which is 3, Kiev, got 3, Kherson, Ternopil, and near Chimera and Luhansk. Excuse me for butchering these locations. But this is in Ukraine. You see it on the map. Okay, so we are standing at the world's most deadly pathogens at Russia's border. It's just for defense. Not that big of a deal, right? Wrong. I didn't know this until today, but Russia has been accusing the U.S. of creating bioweapons at their border. Vladimir Putin's advisor says U.S. is developing biological weapons near Russia. And this was back in April 8th, 2021. Russia President Vladimir Putin, chief security advisor, has said Moscow has good reason to believe the U.S. is developing biological weapons along the borders of Russia and China.
Russia's moved supplies of blood and medical equipment into position on their border. You don't need blood unless you plan on starting a war.
President Biden announced the first set of sanctions against Russia, targeting 2 large Russian banks with ties to the military and cutting the country off from Western financing.
These have been closely coordinated with our allies and partners and will continue to escalate sanctions if Russia escalates.
President Biden warned that the sanctions against Russia will have an impact on Americans, especially at the gas pump.
As we do this, I'm going to take robust action to make sure the pain of our sanctions is targeted at the Russian economy, not ours.
Fuel prices are already on the rise, reaching 7-year highs. Russia accounts for about 12% of the global supply of oil and 17% of natural gas supplies. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
Russia's moved supplies of blood.
Ain't that funny looking at this picture? The post smile with Biden and whoever this man is. I don't know who that is, but he ain't no smiles with Putin. This picture kind of telling though, cause you gotta sit here and think, y'all. What is America? America is a propaganda machine, and it's so funny that now after all this stuff that has been going on in the past 2 years, and now we finna get Biden want to put the military with the the mess that's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Let the European powers handle that, because at the end of the day, they only are 12% production of oil and stuff like that. We don't need to interfere into that, because at the end of the day, America need to quit policing the world, because guess what? Our country is the biggest terroristic country in the world. We have went around the world and brought democracy, aka destruction, to all these countries. You see how Afghanistan and Iraq and Iran look now. Because of the other war we was put in that ended up showing there was no weapons of mass destruction. You got to sit up here and look at history and see that history repeats itself. It happened in our regular lives and it happened on a global scale. They want to sit up here and start up another war, quote unquote, that is going to, one, make money for the rich, two, devastate innocent people, because innocent people are getting caught in the crossfire. We are the innocent people, and we keep on getting caught in the crossfire of these old white men in power. Hey, y'all, how about this? How about you know what? We don't have to comply. They can't jail the whole country. They can try, but especially y'all that are in the military, all y'all people that are in these power structures and that you know that things are not right, do something about it. Because honestly, I am tired of all of us complaining. We complain about how bad the world is, but we are not doing anything to change the world. Now I know, you just make a video. At least it's something to get the information out. A lot of y'all are walking around with your head in the sand and y'all know what's going on. I don't know everything myself, but I find certain things and I try to let y'all people know what's really going on out here in the world besides this bullshit in America. Not this Tory Lane versus Megan Thee Stallion, no matter how entertaining that it is, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, there's global stuff going on that affects all of us in this world. Gas prices are up, inflation is up, and you think this war is going to make things go down? No, it's not. This is a distraction from the fact that this country is going to shit and that we have weak leadership. And on top of that, there is a big undertone of corruption and destruction going on. And now people want to sit up here and feel a way about this Russia-Ukraine situation. That has nothing to do with us. You don't even care about the people that's in this country. So why in the world are we sitting here worrying and being fixated on what's going on in Europe? And then also, this is on top of another distraction dealing with Queen Elizabeth. Y'all want to call it a death hoax and everything like that, but think about this. Think about this. The woman could be dead. She could be dead. And they could lie about it, because guess what? That creates a power vacuum. People need time to fix things up, especially with a woman, with Queen Elizabeth, with her being over 100 years old, because she's older than what she is. Look at their family history and their bloodline, y'all. Like, it's a lot of evil things going on. It's a lot of things that was called conspiracy that is true. Open your eyes to it, because it's happening. It's happening in the now. The world is going to prophecy mode, and they're trying to push the revelation bullshit. But everybody got their head and saying is afraid and don't want to sit here and stand up for their right. All it takes is one person to start something. And we all can do it in some way, shape, form. You ain't got to sit up here and go out there and protest. You ain't got to sit here and fight people physically. You can do whatever you feel like you can do that can help do it. All right. That's all I have to say. This is Octavius the Great. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll get back to y'all later. Holla.